Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rahimat, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my first year A-level experience. So if you didn't already know from watching previous videos that I've done, I went to the UK for A-levels and I stayed in boarding, obviously, because my parents were back in Lagos. And it was the first time that I had ever been away from home for like boarding or anything. Because in Nigeria, the school I was in that school for 13 years and I never did boarding. So obviously that first initial shock was what really led to everything. And also, I don't want this to make people watching think, oh, A-levels, don't go abroad, don't do this, don't do. This is just my experience. Everybody, every single person, even my sister has a different experience. We had two completely different experiences. So don't think that my experience is going to be your experience, because it is not, okay? First, before I went, I was like, oh, it's going to be good. Everybody was like, Rahimat, aren't you scared? And I wasn't really scared because I was just excited. So I got there and then I started feeling, emotional because my parents were leaving. And like anybody that doesn't know me, I'm a very family person. Like I'm always with my mom. I'm always gisting with my mom and gisting with my dad, and I tell my mom and my dad everything. So it was going to be really weird for me to not come home from school and see them in the parlor. So when they were leaving, obviously I cried. And then everything was going okay, right? And then on the 16th of September, I remember because it was one of my friend's birthdays, everybody was posting pictures, posting old pictures from school and everything, and it just made me so sad. Like I remember I went to the toilet and you know when you think you can do that, your silent cry properly, it's a lie, you can't do it. So I went there and I was sitting in the toilet and I was doing my silent cry, but it wasn't silent. So then someone heard me and they went to tell my roommates that, oh, Rahimat is crying in the toilet. And then everything was okay then again for a while. And then on the academic side, let me talk about my academics first before we go back to all the social stuff. Academic wise, I feel like I was okay. I feel like I was good because I'm doing economics, history and media studies. Economics and history, I feel like I was good with that because I was able to do economics for my GCSEs. So I had like all the background knowledge that I needed to know. And then for history as well, my history teacher for GCSEs was quite good and thorough. She made us write a lot of essays and things like that. So I felt like I was okay with that. And then for media, it was okay. Like I didn't come into the school and feel like, oh my god, I'm struggling. I never felt that. And most people are always saying, oh, the transition from GCSEs to A-levels, struggle is hard. But I never felt that. And I was scared that, Rahimat, why are you not feeling this big transition? Because in fact, I was even doing less in A-levels than I did for GCSEs. I was like, Rahimat, you're not doing something right. But overall, academics wise, it was okay. But then towards the end of the term, with all this whole corona thing, I felt like I wasn't learning as much as I wanted to, just because we were not like in the school environment and things like that. So it was a bit difficult, but I feel like it was still okay. So getting back to the social side, because I was in my old school in Nigeria for 13 years, basically with mostly black people, I had never really thought, about the color of my skin, about how that can be negative. Obviously, I had seen like stuff on the news and I used to go to England every year for summer, but then I never really experienced really acknowledging my skin color, if that makes any sense. So going to this school with all white people, it made me very aware of the fact that I was black, and that was something I had never really experienced before. So it was difficult, and because obviously there's always a lot of things going on with injustice against black people, so I would always think, even though people might not have been thinking it, I would always think to myself, okay, Rahimat, you're black. People are probably going to expect that you're not that good, you're not that smart, so you need to really push yourself. So I used to put a lot of pressure on myself, and I still do. So I would excel and show them that black people are more than, we're not criminals, we're a lot more than that. So I would always put pressure on myself. And I just found it really hard to make friends. Obviously, I made friends with my roommates and like the girls in the house, which was fantastic, which really helped me. But then I found it hard to make friends with people outside the house. And then the fact that my school was a Christian school, people would go for CU on Wednesdays and I wouldn't go because I'm not a Christian. So, and then they would go to another house and gist and talk and everything, and I would just feel, I was just feeling really left out. But thankfully, it wasn't all bad, because I made 2 amazing besties in the year above, and honestly, those 2 girls, they saw me cry like 20 million times compared to anybody else, because I would just get emotional. At least once a week I was crying, but they were helping me through it a lot, because they too had been through their fair share of wahala. And you know, a few weeks into the term, I'm all over the place, but you just need to accept, because the phone, I just clocked that the phone that I wrote all my notes on is what I'm using to film. So just accept me the I am, okay? And also a few weeks into the term, right, they made me go and see, well, not made me, but 2 separate teachers advised me to go and see the school listener, so like kind of like the counselor, because they noticed that I wasn't really talking to people. I always wanted to be on my own. During break and lunch, I would literally come back to my room, because I wouldn't want to go for lunch alone. I wouldn't want to enter the dining and just sit with anybody. So if I didn't know who I was going to lunch with, then I just wouldn't go to lunch. I just wouldn't eat. And then breakfast in school wasn't that amazing, because everything was mostly pork, and I don't eat pork because I'm a Muslim. So I wouldn't go for breakfast, I wouldn't go for lunch. I might have like a few toasties in the house, and then I'll have dinner. And that dinner, it was just because I was going with my friends in year 13. So I started seeing the school listener, and she used to set tasks, how do you say that? She used to set activities. Let's just go with that. She used to set activities for me to do, to like talk to people, and I would try and everything. And it's not like the people around me were bad. Them bad, like they were really nice. But I feel like my mentality, because the summer before, so last summer, there was this whole thing with me and someone that I was really close with, like my best friend, more or less, in like year 10 and year 11. And there was this whole thing about it, which I'm not really going to talk about, but that whole thing that happened really made me kind of lose trust in people. So when I got to the school, anytime I would talk to people, and then later I would see people, a group of girls talking together, and I would hear my name, I would always think they were saying something bad just because of what had happened. And that was quite annoying, because they probably weren't saying anything bad, but I had told myself that, oh my god, Rahima, they don't like you, they're saying this and this and this about you. But then thankfully, with God's grace and mercy, towards the end of the term, I think I got over that, and I just grew from that. And I started talking to more of the girls a lot more, and I started like finding other people that I was close to. And you know, anytime like I would talk to people about it, people always be like, you just need to find your people. And I think I found someone or some people that might be my people. But yes, also my friends in Lagos, they really helped me. get through everything, because I used to like Tani and I literally used to speak every day, because I would just be lonely and not really have anyone to talk to. So I would just talk to him and we just like gist, and Mojoin and Samira and like Mujala Kito, like just all my friends. They didn't know it, but they were really helping me get through school. Like, there's so many different stories I can tell you about it. Like, there was a time when I think this was in second term. We had just gotten back from Nigeria after Christmas. So it was like January-ish or something. And I don't know, I was just really in my head a lot, and I would overthink things, and I wasn't really in the mood to talk to anybody that wasn't those two like besties in my year and my roommates. I wouldn't really want to talk to anybody. So it was like, and something happened. I can't actually remember what happened. I think I heard someone saying something mean about me, and I heard someone else saying something, and then there was this whole drama about, and then something. For literally about 2 weeks, I was literally like upset, crying every day, and I didn't want to show people that, oh, Rahimat she's crying, she's an emotional person. That I was just putting up a front that, okay, I'm happy, nothing is going on, but inside it was all a lie. It was all a lie.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
There was literally a point where I genuinely thought that I was depressed, because with the whole academics thing, stressing myself out, and then stressing myself out about making friends as well. So then there was this time, my period a week late, my period ever late, and I went to the sick bay, then what they even call it, medical center, and they asked me if I could be pregnant. I'm like, that's not possible. Like, it's just not possible. And like that was around the time that I was just really sad, and I was stressing out about every single thing, and I was overthinking everything. So I literally just searched on my phone symptoms of depression, because I would cry, I would be sad, I just want to be in the dark, use my phone and watch stuff. And I thought I was depressed, because I thought I was getting to that point. But I didn't want to be depressed, because I know people that have gone through depression, and I did not want to go through that. So then from there, I just tried to like start relaxing and start like just trusting myself that people will like me for who I am. And then with this whole YouTube thing as well, when people like found out about it, not that it didn't go well, but it didn't go how I would have liked it to go. Because like at first I was never ever planning to post on my main stories, or like my friends in school, or like all the people in my new school. But then I was like, Rahima, you need to stop being like this. So I pasted it on that story, and then people were talking about it, and it just made me feel really awkward and weird. So with that whole thing as well. But thankfully, towards the end of term, I think I was just a lot more open with people and not as reserved, because I was open. There was a point where I thought I was too open, and then a point where I pulled back and I wasn't open at all. So I feel like, yeah, everything, I guess it came together, but the experience, I didn't even get the full experience, because I had thought, oh, I'll come for Easter, I'll come back home, and then I'll go back and I'll just be a completely different person. I won't be shy, I won't be this. But then I didn't get the full experience. But the experience I had, let's just say it was different, and it was unexpected. I didn't think that's how it would go. But yes, was altogether, it wasn't bad, let's just say that. Yeah, so I could give anybody any advice about A levels, just especially if you're going to a new school. Just be yourself and don't overthink and don't stress yourself out. I know that obviously it's a lot easier said than done, but yeah, I think it's important to just relax. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button down there so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat or Twitter. Just follow me on everything. Social media details will be in the description below as well. If anybody wants to talk to me or like ask me any questions, please feel free to message me. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.